doesn't. She needs my attention, but not as much.
Yep.
So I went back to school and got my 2 master's degrees.
In what?
I did one in my MBA, master's in business administration, and also got my master's in human resources.
Yo.
So that's when I fell in love with HR.
Yeah.
I got a little bitsy of it again when I was working at the admin job, right? Because I started helping HR, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with it because that was the closest thing to making people feel good, you know? Because I guess maybe I missed that a lot. Like that was my thing now. I was like, okay, how can I elevate people? Especially in that, you know, in a world that was so different, right? Like, so I was like, there we go. That was it.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, that must have been a lot of work. A double major. That's crazy.
It is.
You must have had no time.
No time to sleep, no time to do anything. And then you're raising a 2-year-old too, you know? That's if you think about that, actually people say, how did you even do it? That's insane.
Yeah, even from a cost perspective.
Yeah. Even from a cost perspective.
Your daughter was definitely a motivational a grind.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that also make you know I've got more opportunities, I've got better? At that time, would 2 degrees now suddenly mean that you can get elevated in the workplace?
So that was the only thing that could get you elevated at that point.
Okay.
Right. So it's not even that was it. They don't
no matter how well you're working.
Yeah, it doesn't, you know, your skill doesn't matter. I think it was that I used that mainly. That was my credentials. That was it. Like, unless now I don't know what else you want me to do, right? Unless you don't really want to hire me, because here I am. I mean, I've proved myself. I got my education. Because you asked that question about, you know, what do you have to do to climb up the corporate ladder, especially as a Black person, right? That was it. You know, then it switched from more of, wow, I like to learn, to, hey, I gotta get this degree, otherwise I'm not going anywhere. Right? It switches for some crazy reason, I guess, when you're an adult. So that became my thing. Like, okay.
So I can imagine for Kenyans who are abroad, they don't even have the money to pay for fees. They don't have the papers to even get a proper job to make the money to pay for the degree.
Yeah.
It means that they're trapped.
Yeah.
They're literally trapped.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're not trapped like in terms of it's hard.
It's difficult.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, think about it. I mean, here I was, you know, educated woman, you know, fluent in English. Like I was, you know, the experience was great, and I still struggled quite a lot to make my, like, just to get to where I am today, you know.
So you begin feeling the ceiling immediately you enter the corporate space.
Yeah. It's almost, you can't even see a silver lining when you're in the corporate space. You know, right?
I was going to ask you what your motivation is, but I know. Okay.
Yeah, it was that, but also the fact that also trying to prove something, right? Like, how can you break through that? Like, you know, what makes you so different? Yeah, but that became my thing. You know, when got that, I got my SPHR, which is one of the highest certification you could get as an HR profession. So you know what I'm saying? So you're piling credentials over credentials.
And are you still at the same position?
Yeah.
And you've got all these credentials?
Yeah. And they still don't see you, like.
Oh, okay, hold on. No, wait, this is crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You come back with the double majors and they're like, nice, thank you, well done, but you're not moving. You get this highest certification.
Yeah.
So what motivated you still to go get back and get this and not quit?
And not quit,
go somewhere else.
Wow, that's a really great question. I think it's more of just patience, you know. And you know what. So I learned that you have, and then the communication, you gotta ask, you gotta go for it. You know, it's not one of those things where you sit there and you sit back and, you know, expect that you're gonna
get some nose.
You get a nose, and it's gonna be a fight climbing up that corporate ladder. Like it's not easy, and honestly, I don't know. It's nothing. I don't even think it has anything to do with you. It's just the system. That's it, you know, because then a lot of people give up because they think I'm not good enough, right? I'm not good enough for something. And I was there too. I felt like, oh, what do you mean, you know?
So you'd go and ask like, yo, I've got this paper, is there a job opening? I'd like
to apply. And then like, oh, promotions, like, right? Like, wow, I come to work on time. Because the biggest thing that I would say, they say about Africans there is the work ethic. The work ethic is the biggest thing. Like, are you going to show up at work every day? Are you going to get your work done? Are you not going to question what I'm telling you to do? Just do it, right? And, you check all those boxes. But still, yeah, you have to. So I did all of that just because I wanted to climb up. And I didn't give up.
That's crazy, because sometimes you're asked to do something that you've got a better opinion, but you can't voice your opinion because that comes out as subordinate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's even harder for Africans. A lot of people don't think that, right? Because who are you? Imagine me telling, and I'm just going to say this like a white CEO, that, oh, no, we should do this better. Oh, that's not going to work. It's not good. You'll go, you'll be gone the next day. like, nah, I got daycare to pay. My daughter needs some ice cream too. So no, I'm not going there, right? Yeah. So it was just about perseverance and a lot of.
I like that what you said, patience.
Patience, yeah, it's patience.
So how patient were you? How many years before now the promotion came or the next level?
A lot. It was actually because I started as an admin, and then I went into HR generalist. So I kind of, like you just said, it was years, like maybe 3 years, 4 years. But to get to where I was as a director.
Okay, give me the steps. Give me the steps, because I always think of somebody who's watching this and they're thinking, I want to get to director. I'm where she's at right now. I've just gone back to school. I'm getting my double degree. So what happened when you brought the double degree? They gave you your first promotion.
Yeah, and I think what you gotta do is you gotta be very adventurous. You gotta be willing to let things go. See, here we are taught like, no, stick to something, right? Even when I told my father about changing jobs, he freaked out, right? Because he's like, no, because he's been in the same job for like 20 years, right? So it was that's the other thing too with Africans or Kenyans is the stability, because that's what we get here. We get the stability, but you're not going to go anywhere with that.
Yeah.
So you have to be willing to switch jobs, right? So to get to the next level.
Yeah. So you didn't get HR in the same company?
No.
Oh, man. Okay.
No, so you have to, again, you have to move, apply, apply for, now I started applying for the HR positions after I got my master's in HR.
But within the same company or?
Different company.
Okay.
It was totally a different company, right?
Okay, let's change some batches. We'll come back and continue this conversation.
Okay.